So as you can tell from my frazzled hair, that today has been drizzly from morning till 4 o'clock, which is when me and Boris decided to go and see Castlerigg, the stone circle, and we went to the Ashness bridge for a drive because Boris did not want to walk in the rain. And then as soon as we got back to site at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, it was glorious sunshine. Of course it was. Can I have a kissy? And so I thought we'll go off to the on-site pub whilst it's quiet and there was no other dogs in there, and we had a lovely time. Very cute and cosy. And now we are in the site's dog field, which is definitely the prettiest on-site dog field and biggest that I have seen so far in my travels. And then we're gonna head back to the van, have tea. Boris has already had his dinner, and then chill for the night. And that will be the end of our 2 nights away on our own. Wow, I'm seeing a beautiful scenery here. I will cut to the scenery that I'm seeing. And then tomorrow, my partner's going to join us for the weekend. There was no spaces on the quiet site, but there was a caravan park opposite, and they don't usually allow vans, but he said he would let us stay on there. And so we'll be staying there from tomorrow for 2 nights, which I'm excited about. And I'm going to cut to this view that I'm looking at right now because it's unreal. And I am shooting just from my normal phone, which is a Samsung S25 Ultra, and so unfortunately it does not do the views justice, but it is lovely pink and purple candy floss skies right now as well, so super cute. And so yeah, I thought I'd just answer some questions that you guys might have when you're traveling alone. Obviously we are staying on site where you feel completely safe. I've done a lot of wild camping on my own as well in Scotland and in Norfolk, and sometimes, yes, it can be very eerie, especially when Boris wants to go outside to do his business super late at night and it is like pitch black when you're in the wilderness and not on site, and you know, you hear animals that you don't usually hear. It can be quite eerie when you're hearing owls and God knows what else. Or it's a bit windy and the van's shaking, or you think people, wow. I'm just going to turn this around. I don't know if you can see that. 100% feel completely safe when I'm on site. Definitely feel safe when I do wild camping too, but yes, it can sometimes be a bit eerie with noises in the night or sounds on the van if it's particularly windy and it feels like someone's knocking on the back van doors, but it's really just the wind. So I'm a big fan of both, but if you're feeling apprehensive, if you're going off in your camper van for the first time on your own, then I would recommend staying on site for the first couple of nights, get comfortable with that, and then maybe try a wild spot. It's definitely more freeing being in a wild spot, and you can literally, I've pulled up at some amazing wild spots where you've got lakes, mountains, waterfalls in the background, So yeah, any other questions that you want to know, just pop it in the comments and I will do my best to answer them. I remember one birthday when I was doing my very first wild camping on my own, and I'd expressed to my partner that I was a little bit scared about that. He bought me an axe for my birthday, which was a very romantic gift. But I did keep that under my pillow. It was a small axe but very sharp. And I kept that under my pillow for the first night wild camping. Wow, this is so beautiful. I hope you can see that because I can't see what you're seeing right now. But the skies are so pink and purple. Amazing. So yeah, let me know your questions for traveling in your camper van on your own, and I would love to help you guys out. Ours was built, semi-built, by the couple who had bought the van. It was a British Red Cross Transit when they took it on, and they did some of the framework. The lady fell pregnant, and so they sold the van whilst they hadn't finished the building on it. And yes, Boris, come in. And we finished the work off. I did use someone to fit the kitchen. I didn't want to be messing on with electrics and water and things like that, and the diesel heater that I have on the van to keep us nice and toasty in the winter. And then the rest we kind of just finished ourselves with painting and carpeting the walls and things like that. My non-negotiables for the van are the wardrobe, where I can actually have my freshly ironed clothes hung up, and other non-negotiable, next time I will get a bigger bed. Hi guys, so first of all, please excuse the hair. As mentioned earlier, I have been drizzled on the whole day and I was wearing a beanie hat, so let's ignore that. And I'm very tired, as you can see. So I've had my tea, I've just had a nice mug of hot chocolate, so definitely ready for bed now. But today has been a big success. Me and Boris have been on our nice walks. We went to the little on-site pub, which is super cute. And luckily when we first went in there were no dogs, so no big issues. Yes, there was the odd bark here and there, but nothing crazy. And the sunset was just absolutely unreal today, with pink candy floss skies. That was beautiful. And we've booked our site for tomorrow, so today has been a big success. I was just trying to think of other questions that you might have if you're thinking about going off in your van for the first time on your own. Maybe you're used to going away with your partner and you're not sure if you'd enjoy it on your own. So I've had this van for 2 years now, and because my partner works through the week and I have a more flexible lifestyle, if I want to go away through the week, I just go, you know, and then he can meet me on a weekend. So I guess questions you might have are, do you get lonely? Do you get bored? And the answer is absolutely not. And I guess it just depends on you as a person and how you are as a person, but I absolutely love my own company and I absolutely love doing things on my terms, waking up when I want to wake up, going where I want to go. So it's the ideal situation for me, okay? Does it get boring? Absolutely not. How can you be bored when you're in amazing, beautiful nature places? Like, there's always something to be doing, whether that's going on a beautiful walk or wild swimming, paddleboarding. I usually always have the paddle boards on the van. I didn't bring mine on this trip because I just thought it's been, well, we've just got over Storm Amy, haven't we? It's still a bit windy, so left those at home this time. But I'm more than happy just like cozying up with a book. I do have a swing that hangs from the hooks on the back of my van as well. I've got reinforced hooks on the back doors, so you know, just getting cozy with a like a fur throw on the swing, reading a book, like things like that. I prefer doing more chilled things, because if it's go 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 all the time, I find that a bit exhausting. But don't get me wrong, like I love doing all of the adventurous stuff as well. So the answer is no, don't get bored, don't get lonely, because like I say, I love my own company. I don't feel any type of way about sitting in a bar on my own. And to be honest, the 2 days that I've been here and whenever I go away, I'm never actually on my own, because you always get chatting to people. Like I've spoken to so many people on this trip. And of course Boris gets so much attention, like people are chatting to me everywhere I go because they want to come and meet Boris. And yeah, the people that are either side of me on this site, super friendly. So yeah, I actually chat to a lot more people when I come away on my own, people that you maybe wouldn't usually get to speak to. And so that's actually one of the upsides of traveling alone. You meet more people, just the same as I do solo holidays also. Like, you know, I've backpacked around Asia, traveled around Australia, America on my own, and that is when you meet the most people, and you're never actually on your own. So even though you might go on the trip solo, you're never actually solo. Obviously some days you are, and that's preferable, because if you like your own company, then I always need that downtime with myself. So if loneliness and boredom is something you're worried about, just make sure you're going somewhere that's your vibe. But for me, as long as I've got beautiful scenery, then I am more than happy. I will go on walks. I enjoy running, so I'll go and do a run, and that is like a form of meditation to me. My meditation is not sitting in stillness. For me, it's movement, especially with running. That really clears my mind. So I enjoy doing things like that, or through creative things. Like sometimes I'll bring my my bracelet making kit on board, and I make bracelets. And because I do like energy work, Reiki, shamanism, and then I put energy into the bracelets to bring in the things that I want. So I'm never not really doing anything. I find things to do that I enjoy. So just make sure you're bringing things with you. For example, if there's a rainy day, bring things with you that you're going to enjoy. Bring a good book with you. I've got a projector on board. I never really download movies, barely watch the projector, if I'm quite honest. But if you're someone that loves movies, then have a movie downloaded to your phone in case there's a rainy day. And then I just use the projector on this, just take this down and use this white wall, and I watch the movie on the white wall here. If it's in the summer, I've got a big sheet and you can watch the movie on the outside of the van. So yeah, just come ready with things that you enjoy doing. Like I say, I'd normally pack a paddleboard on, and how can you get bored when you've got all those things to do? So yeah, let me know if there's any other questions where you would be iffy about going away on your own, and I'd be happy to share my thoughts, or if I've got any solutions. So yeah, I would love to hear about whatever your burning questions are. But I will say good night now, and we will get ready tomorrow for my partner Andy arriving, and yeah, we'll see what is in store for the rest of the weekend. Good night.